Hi guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. We are here again for another match reaction, and yeah, it's the match reaction to Arsenal's gobsmacked win against what was it against? It was against Chelsea, wasn't it, last night? What am I talking about? Oh, honestly. Um, yeah. First of all, do hit that like button, do hit that share button, do hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 1.5k. So go and do that now. We are, uh, yeah, get your comments in, get your questions in. Don't forget, if you do want to leave a super chat, you can do if you want to. Totally up to you, or you can donate via the app. So yeah, game. Um, Obviously Arsenal nothing left to play for. Um, what was I saying? That yeah, nothing left to play for. Because the season's dead fast. We've got Chelsea, who are Champions League finalists, going for an FA Cup. You can see by the fact they're going to an FA Cup final because they're a very weakened side. It wasn't a strong side by their strongest side, but it was kind of lucky, really, because it was their mistake, right? That sort of something I'd bet at Xhaka that came from Jorginho that really won us the game. We had about four attempts on 4 shots, 2 on target. Really in the game, we just basically parked the bus throughout the whole game, uh, which we've done before, and it worked a treat. Well, it worked a treat in defending, but in terms of scoring, it didn't. I'm gonna bring Billy, fellow Arsenal fan. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I did. Thank you, Stephen. What about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Quite a gobsmack that we won last night, but yeah, very, 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 very good win in the
Yeah,
end.
I pleasantly surprised, I think.
Yeah, it's just surprising. They start defending and playing like that when it's too late.
I know. The thing is, right, everyone was begging for Arteta to move away from the back three.
Mm.
But if you think about it, under Arteta, that's probably our best formation. That's where we
I've
probably play.
uh, I've said that. Why do you have gone back to a 3-4-3 last night?
Yeah, and I know it's boring football, right? But I would rather see performances like that than free flowing performances, but losing 3-0 to Aston Villa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, remember when we played under George Graham's here? We won one game. We only lost one game. In the route to the 91 title. Hence why I'm wearing a 89 shirt. Um, yes, but it's like I said, it was a typical George Graham performance. But once we got that goal, which I think definitely was a fluke of a goal, it was a definite mistake. But I wouldn't say it's a complete fluke result. I'll just get to your point. Talking Barca, um, like I said, we've got different sort of ways of celebrating. If you do send us a donation, don't forget, though you can send a donation via super chat, best probably place to do it is on the Just Giving page. But if you want to do it via that, it's totally up to you. It's a very easier way sometimes. But um, yeah, 3-4-3 has always been a good one under Arteta. I mean, we won the FA Cup playing like it, but it didn't look like a 3-4-3 to me. It didn't. It looked It sort of looked like he matched him up in a lot of sense. Um, he matched them up in how they lined up, and just sort of counteracted their domination on the ball, and and we had some scary moments. I do think Leno had to make some very good saves. Uh, what was worrying me throughout the whole game was that right hand side because they put I don't know why what when he puts like tries to line them up and tries to okay we're gonna match you but we're gonna put Holding on the right when he's got Chambers on the bench and he's got Suarez on the bench, but
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm gonna put Rob Holding on the right. Uh, and then all game you saw it all game down Chelsea's left or where Rob Holding is, down the left, down the left, down the left,
Oh,
ball in the box, and at one point we're gonna score a goal for this. They're gonna score a goal for this because he was getting roasted.
yeah. I mean, I personally, instead of playing Odegaard in that game, I would have played another winger. just for another outlet out of the back because we were quite slow when we tried to counter attack. Having Odegaard and Smith Rowe, I think having Smith Rowe in would have been good. Um, but but it was just a bit. It was a bit slow, wasn't it? I feel like we should have played Pepe or perhaps Martinelli. But yeah, it got the job done, so it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, he got the job done. Yeah, we got the job done in the end, but my God, I mean, just make it like hard for ourselves all the time. I mean, I know we're not playing well all season, and it's just so annoying. They start playing like that, like they gave a damn. I mean, like how they defended, it's like they actually cared. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well, why didn't you do it against Villarreal? Why haven't you done that all season? If
yeah.
you played like that all season, we wouldn't have a problem with you if we were being 9th or 10th. Because we tried, at least. But it just feels like, why? Why are you now starting to play so well when I don't get it. I don't get it. And it just winds me up, right? And oh, by the way, Smith, Simon Jordan's on the rampage again. Fuck off, right? By the way, mate, don't tell me what or any of us as fans who want to come in and voice our opinion, right? How to vilify our club when you used to do it on daily basis. Plus, also, right, you don't know how to run a football club because you got fucking Crystal Palace liquidated, right? So keep your fucking opinions to yourself, mate. Right? Stop fucking having a go at Arsenal fans, right? Because we want to voice our opinion because we want change. Simple as that. Honestly, the guy's a
Yeah.
joke.
I I do think he obviously he's entitled to his own opinion. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah, but I'm
at the
sorry.
same time, don't criticize fans for saying what they feel. Just let fans be fans. You know.
Yeah,
About the
they
owner
all give it
thing.
about Talksport, like, oh, let the fans call in and have their say. But then next minute you're fucking vilifying us every 5 minutes every time we want
Yeah,
to jump on and have an opinion.
and they say kind of platforms like AFTV kind of almost profit off negativity.
Well,
Well,
what you
don't
doing
they?
then? Yeah,
Don't
what
they?
exactly are you doing? What were you doing
Surely,
this morning? You were having a
surely
go at
they,
us being a joke club.
yeah, surely they profit off people coming on the line and ranting about how bad their club is.
I just worked something out. Guess what I'm doing? I'm profiting on failure. No, well, no, I'm not. But the Children's Liberties Foundation is profiting off Arsenal Football Club's failure. Just worked that one out. It'll come from me next. But yeah, did you really? Obviously you celebrated because it's beating our rivals by home and away, which apparently we ain't done since 03 or 4. But do you really were bothered about the result in the end? Hello. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. I don't know about you, but my man of the match for me was. I would actually say Partey for once. I think Partey had a really good game. I mean, I did put it up as a post, and I'm thinking of bringing up the post now. I mean, who is your man of the match for you?
My man of the match was Partey.
Okay, let me have a
I
look.
know, I know everyone thinks it was Elneny, and Elneny played great. Don't get it twisted, but mine was Partey. I just thought he was our best player, to be honest. I
Yeah,
actually think that is our best midfield because Arteta only plays them, right? He's played them like 3 times, and twice have been against big 6 teams away. We won both.
yeah.
Man United, and
Uh,
um,
so 38% say Thomas Partey, 38% say Smith Rowe. So it's quite even out of 13 votes. I think two other people say other, which is Bellerin looked great. Shame he had to go off, and Mohamed sideways. I've always said Partey. This is the thing. I don't mind playing El Neni because he's safe. You don't, as a DM, I'd rather be someone safe than be extravagant and fuck it up. And that's what I've said about Xhaka all the time. He always tries to be that, oh, I could play a long pass when actually it comes off a defender and goes in the net. Obviously, Rich, obviously you got your game tonight, big derby. I'm doing my watch along for that tonight. Mike Green, how are you, mate? Arteta. No. It's one performance. Get out of here. Right, it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 performances out of 38 games. Right, and all of a sudden we need to be positive because we've had good individual fixtures. Good individual fixtures in a league season means fuck all. In a cup game, it means absolutely everything. But in the league, you need to be doing it every bloody week, and we don't do it every bloody week, right? And no one can sit here and tell me we have doing better when we have than even in Unai Emery's season. I don't care how many times someone can repeat it to me. We have not done better than Unai Emery, right? When we've lost 13 games in a season and won 15. No one can say it. Hey, Steven, a very good win, but nothing has changed. Arteta out, absolutely. Was Saka good? Saka's good everywhere. I mean, this guy, you could probably put him in goal and he'll fucking start pull out a blinder. I mean, honestly, what do you make of Saka, Billy? I mean, this guy he just excels no matter where you put him.
Yeah, he's a wonderful player. Honestly, one of our best, if not our best player. Let's be honest. If he doesn't get player of the season, then I don't know what I'll do, but that would make no sense.
Part of me would think Foden would get it, to be honest, because Man
No.
City.
I mean, player of the season, Arsenal player of the season.
Oh, Arsenal players. Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
No, definitely not. I think. Who do you think will get player of the season? Do you think it's Gundogan? Or
No, I'd
Diaz?
say Foden. Diaz is great. I'd say Diaz actually. I would say is Diaz, right? Because maybe me being a goalkeeper, I value defense, but knowing everyone, they look at like the attacking midfield or the striker, so it probably would go to Foden probably. But for me, I'll go Diaz myself. But it's not knocking Foden. Foden's been outstanding this season. I mean, he's had to play most of the games as like a substitute for De Bruyne, and he's lived up to the challenge, and that's why they're champions now. I mean, and we're sitting in 10th doing fuck all. So I think, hang on, what was that one? I think Saka is showing Southgate he can play in every position. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I want Southgate playing as a left back or a right back. I'd rather play him as a winger, to be honest. But if he's going to excel as a left back, then fine. But as long as it works. Diaz has had the biggest impact regarding improving the team. That's probably where I'm going down on that route. But by the way it sounds like Arteta is going to stay, and I don't think anything's going to change that. What do you think he needs to do, if anything, to come back next season and actually put up a fight for a European spot?
He needs to stop chopping and changing the team every week. That's a starter. He needs to learn his best 11 and stick to it. He needs to find his best formation with the players that we've got. Obviously, we'll see at the end of the transfer window who we've got at the end, but he needs to know his best 11, and that's the most important thing. I don't know about the transfer window. Do you do transfer daily updates and during the transfer window and stuff?
I won't do it daily, but I'd probably do it twice a week during the summer.
Yeah.
Because if I did it daily, we would be going off like any sort of rumor, which I don't like doing unless it's really concrete. Because a lot of it is just people just trying to wind us up. Stephen, we're past my 8th now, but
Yeah.
I know I'm getting nosebleed now.
Yeah, but I think we need a backup left back. We need a right back. We need another goalie, a midfielder, a striker.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to actually mention, I forgot to mention at the start, we're planning a quiz fundraiser on the 9th of June. Hopefully, you should get some good guests coming on for that. But we are planning to do that on the 9th of June and get that all planned out and sorted. So, yeah, that should be good. And that should raise some money as well for Children's Release Foundation as usual. Yeah, but as much as I want to say, like, I can't be so positive about it because the way the season's been all season, it's just so poor that you can't really celebrate wins that well because it's just overshadowed by what's been a scandalous season in every sense of the word. And I mean, here's the thing as well. I was going to start doing like this a Daniel Week sort of update on Saturday. We've heard nothing for a week. He's giving it all this talk about buying Arsenal, and now saying that once we get knocked out of Europe, right, he's gonna make the bid. It's been a week now since we're out of Europe, mate. So when are you gonna
No,
do
I
it?
think I think he might have made the big bid secretly, but I think obviously we all knew that
Why
his
don't you just say it? Just come out and say it. The fans
I
want
think
you to not want to know.
his initial bid's probably been turned down. Well, we all know that they were going to turn it down, but hopefully
Yeah,
they had some sort of good negotiations or something. Something went positively.
I
And
think also though, sorry, it's just that it would help, like at the end of the season, the protest as well, because we've got someone that's making a bid for Arsenal Football Club. We could say if we pushed hard enough, we could probably get this guy out and make him accept the offer. So that's what I'm thinking. Is like if you come out public and say it and say, look, we've had this bid, it's been rejected, but we're going to go back again. Maybe you could force it down the force fans to come out and protest even more. But
yeah,
relentless. Yeah,
hopefully
go
we can
on.
get him out. Do you think he'll spend in the summer or?
No, 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 not go on, Key. Spend, get out of it. Right,
Yeah,
his fucking wallet's sitting on the shelf too much, it's collecting dust. Right,
yeah.
bit like Tottenham's trophy cabinet. Relentless. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You know, just
Good,
wanted
good,
the
good.
season to end, bro.
Yeah, I think we all are. Give us your thoughts on the game, mate.
So the game yesterday, it's just annoying sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of like we win and it's like, damn, it's like fuck. It's not like I want us to lose or anything, but it's like we win and then some of the fans they just start chatting rubbish again. You know what I mean? I was on certain YouTube channels and I'm hearing the players are fighting for him and you know um this is a step in the right direction. It's like they played better than us yesterday. They played better than us yesterday, and it's not like we went out there and we completely battered them. Yes, I'm happy with the win, but people have to look at it and like say, you know what, we got lucky. It's not like we played them off the park. They played better football than us. They had more possession. They had more shots. It's like everybody's sitting here getting giddy, getting gassed. It's like, come on, like the fans, like even the game yesterday. Like this on the game yesterday. Like yes, the players defended well, and it's like maybe we need to stick with that system and play defensive because it's no coincidence here that all of a sudden we play defensive, every man behind the ball, and then Partey looks like one of the best DMs in the world. It's no coincidence. That's because that's what he's been playing almost his whole career at Atletico Madrid. And the thing is that this win doesn't mean anything for us. And for us, it doesn't mean anything because the next game we're just going to go back to playing the boring football, not being able to get the results, being boring, and like this doesn't mean anything to me. And like Partey, like I want to say one quick thing about Partey because for me, I think Partey is one of our best players, and he showed it yesterday. Even like for me, I think at Atletico Madrid, he had a very limited role. Yes, we know that he's good on the ball. Sometimes he's good at passing, but at Atletico Madrid, his main job was to go box to box, break up the play, and get interceptions, do the defensive work. And all of a sudden, yesterday, you saw the best of him. And I think that's how we should use him from now on because I think at this club, because he doesn't have a specific role, we're starting to see that, the cracks in his game. You understand? So I think if we want to get the best out, we have to keep it simple with him. I don't think that, we should be telling him, oh, do this, do that, do this, because at Atletico Madrid, he wasn't doing that. You understand? So if we want to get the best out of him, we need to just keep it simple, keep his role to what it is and what it was at Atletico Madrid. You understand? So, yeah, on that game yesterday, it's a good result, but really doesn't mean anything for us. I'd rather lose both. I'd rather lose the home game against Chelsea and the away game. I'd rather them do the double over us and us being the Europa League final. You understand?
I'd rather lost the league game in 0304 if it meant we beat him in the Champions League games.
It's pointless, man. That's all it is. It's just for bragging rights and listen. They're in the FA Cup final and they're in the Champions League final. I'd rather be there. You know what I mean? I'd rather be in Europa League final.
Oh yeah.
So listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything.
I know they give a damn because it's a London derby. Let's get me wrong, right? So they do give a fuck. I mean, I watched Monster stream and he looked. I'm looking at him like he's depressed. And I'm like, you're in a Champions League final. You're in an FA Cup final, right?
That's the difference between the two fan bases.
We were so gobsmacked. We were laughing our heads off, right? Because we couldn't believe it. Like, I mean, like. Jorginho turned into prime Xhaka. I mean, for goodness sake. Luke, how are you, my friend? Arteta in. Yeah.
I mean, look, man. I mean, it was a while ago I was saying Arteta in. I still haven't quite got to Arteta out, and this. There are still reasons I'm kind of like balancing on that fence, but I don't really. I think you know me. I don't really care about like standing by Arteta in or out. I just want the team to do well, and regardless of what we think, it seems like they're going to stick with him. But yeah, I mean, this show's obviously about yesterday, and let's be honest, I'll take that all day. I mean, I'll take the 3 points over Chelsea. I think, to be honest, one for the fans, really, isn't it, in terms of result? And like RSH was just saying, like, bragging rights, it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, it could mean something for Chelsea, but I doubt it will. It really. But it means something to us, which is sad, but also kind of nice. And also, I don't know, why couldn't we defend like that in fucking other games? Jesus Christ. Playing against the Chelsea team that can score goals. They brought on, I thought all the right subs maybe didn't have the best starting 11, but they brought Giroud on and I thought, fuck this, it's fucked. Like that's exactly who I would have bought on.
He hit the crossbar.
He did hit the crossbar. I mean, he had a pretty terrible couple of shots before that, but he hasn't played for 2 months. And that's kind of how Olivier Giroud's career goes because he's never in favour, even with us. I never wanted to sell him, but anyway, yeah, he hit the crossbar from he almost squeezed in a pretty ridiculous goal on his weak foot. And I thought he was a good sub to bring on. It's just a shame you didn't put any decent crosses in there. The only cross that anyone got on the end of, Zuma did really well to loop a header in. But I don't think that they did what we used to do, Stephen. We used to bring on Giroud and then not put the fucking ball in the box. But then again, he's also a really good hold-up player. So I thought the one thing you weren't doing...
We Giroud on the box. We never crossed the balls in the box.
That's it, yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. So it's like, let's bring on Giroud and not put a single... We'd cross it in when we had, like, fucking Santi Cazorla or something. Yeah, just anyway. But yeah, it seemed like Chelsea did a little bit of that because the balls stopped coming in as well. Saying that, I do think, there was a lot of headers that went into good areas where we did clear it. And again, a decent defensive display, but fucking hell, talk about backs to the wall from like 15 minutes in. Absolutely gifted that entire game, really. But then again, as I would have said before the game, regardless of the goal, I think that was Chelsea's to lose and not Arsenal's to win, if that makes any sense. I never felt like Arsenal needed to sort of win that game or anything. And they gave us a goal, and it was always Chelsea's game to lose. It was never Arsenal's game to win. And it felt like that the entire time. We had a couple of breaks, one really nice move that I was screaming at Arteta for bringing on Bellerin, and then he actually was part of a really good move forward. Yeah.
But
I just go on.
I just feel it's that it's brilliant the fact that we could actually pull something off like that, and I think half of it is down to the fact that they made a ridiculous mistake, and half of it is down to the fact that we defended really, really well.
We did force the mistake too.
We did force the mistake, but we did really well and defensively. But I just feel this like, again, I would happily lost that game if we went with beat Villarreal.
The Villarreal games are unexcusable, mate. Forever, they're untouchable. Both legs are unexcusable.
I know, and half of that again, he was like changing the formation again, like last night, and I'm like, you're still changing the formation.
3 defenders on the bench and not one on the pitch. That was one I couldn't even see coming.
Right, and then he puts Holding as a right back, and I'm like, you've got Chambers and fucking Cedric on the right. You bought Cedric, and now he's the fourth, not even third. He's your 4th choice right back. And I'm like, and all the attacks coming down, we're holding side, and I'm like, we're gonna score. They're gonna score here. He's gonna screw this up. He's gonna score here. Right, I knew it.
Yeah, it came at the right time that Chelsea could not finish. Like I sat watching it with a Chelsea fan, like in an Xbox party, and you could just see he was saying like, this is both your day defensively and not our day attacking. Like Pulisic could not get it right, like out of his feet. Jorginho right at the end. Giroud. So many. Even Mount probably should have scored when Leno said, you could have put that in the corner. I mean, the biggest one being Havertz. It came too quickly. That was a moment
you saw
where
me
I just
watching
thought,
it back. I'm like, I said 1-0, and he's like, "Oh no, skied it." I said 1-0, thinking that's a goal.
That was borderline more of a gift. Not more of a gift, but just as much of a gift as the Jorginho pass back. Because the pass is okay. I just don't know what Mary's doing. He turns like a forklift, and then Havertz does really well to read it, does terribly in the finish, to be honest. But maybe a little bit. I don't know. Actually, I say maybe a little bit later he'd have finished that. Chelsea did not look like they were ever going to get that ball in the net, and the one time they did, it was like, I don't know, shouldered in offside. But it just weren't coming for them. It just weren't happening.
Yeah. Do you feel though it's that part of it is just to the fact that they did make a fair few changes, a number of changes, because they've got the cup final.
Is it Chelsea?
Yeah,
100%. I mean, Tuchel's
FA Cup final.
Tuchel's come out and said that, hasn't he? Like,
yeah, because he's got a cup final as well.
Yeah, and I think he came out and quite rightly. I mean, he's probably not pointing fingers at Jorginho, but playing Jorginho and Gilmour, from what I've watched of Chelsea, they're both good at holding the ball, and without a Kante driving it forward, you just have 2 players holding the ball. It's sometimes how I feel when we have like an El Neni and fucking anyone, to be honest. It's like there's no one really driving it. It's just get the ball, pass it, make sure we keep the ball, sort of thing. And they were just doing that, and then ultimately the pressure of even that got to Jorginho because he played a pretty shoddy pass, which Kepa did unbelievably well to save, to be totally honest. But yeah, I don't know if I felt for him or not. I didn't really. I know people were talking about his positioning and that, but I mean, he's quite right to stand out. That the whole point, the whole reason I think he stood to the left of the goal is so that a back pass can come to him and there's less pressure. Because if he stood on the goal line and he's receiving the ball, the pressure is, much higher. So, but Jorginho was just like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna put it in the corner. And yeah, I was happy. I was really happy for Emil. And I tell you what, that's a perfect summarization of our luck, because he absolutely spoons that off of his right foot and it trickles in the corner. So I mean, it was absolutely our night the whole time. Like, fucking hell. Yeah, I don't see how we got that lucky, but we did. And then, to be fair to us, we held on for 90 minutes, really. We held on for pretty much the entire game, let's be honest. Kepa didn't make any saves apart from that. We had a few good moves, but we never pulled the trigger. And Chelsea pulled a lot of triggers, but, fired nothing, really. It was a good game, actually. I don't know if it was quality, but it was an okay game to watch. We've won 3 games in a row, Stephen. Can you remember that? I can't even remember when that's happened before this season. And I'm starting to smile a little bit. I don't know if it's not a smile of hope, but it's just I'm actually starting to enjoy watching football again a little bit. Yeah, it's been disappointing.
I'm not going that far yet.
I'm not watching just in general.
Yeah. Relentless.
Yeah, can I just say something real quick? Something that I realized. Yeah. You guys remember that game where we beat Man United early in the season at Old Trafford?
Mm-hmm.
The 3 players that were key to that was Gabriel, El Neni, and Partey. And yesterday we played the same 3. I think that 3. This might be a bit of a reach. Yeah, I might be looking into it too deep, but our most offensive performances, those 3 have been playing. Or correct me if I'm wrong. If maybe that's something that we should continue to do. Maybe have those 3 playing, because I think Partey and El Neni kind of complement each other in terms of El Neni knows his limitation. And this is why, I know, Steven, sometimes you come at me for calling him Mohamed El Messi in that, right? Yeah. But listen,
No.
out of all our bang average players, I think El Neni is like my least. I dislike him the least, because with him is that if you put someone decent next to him, he's decent.
Yeah,
he do his job. Like, he's one of those players in the squad that if you tell him to do a job, he just do it. He won't do anything more. He won't do anything less. He just do it. You know what I mean? So I don't mind.
I think he tries as well. Like, his work rate is it's like Emil Smith-Rowe and Saka and Martinelli. Like, he just tries and tries and tries. And I think sometimes I'd rather a field of El Nenis than a field of anyone else, because at least you've got well, I don't know, definitely of Xhaka's, but El Neni, you're right, like he does have limitations, but he's aware of them. But he loves Arsenal. He loves, like, how can you hate? You can't hate him. I know you can say like, yeah, his quality isn't there, but I mean,
basically, but he's actually decent at times.
Oh, of course. I mean, all of his goals have been bangers as well, to be fair.
Yeah, bro. Anytime he scores, it's like a party, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, we always win as well. Yeah, no, I really I say I rate him. Like, I don't, not as a technically gifted player, but I rate him in the team, and I agree he does a lot of donkey work. And he presses. There are often times where you see him as the front man pressing, like when it's maybe come back from a corner or something. He's not afraid to run out into the corners to press one of their. I know he leaves his position, but he's not afraid to. I think he was. I mean, he got man of the match on Sky yesterday, although I probably think it would go to Emil Smith-Rowe. But they were on par with each other yesterday, and that speaks volumes, because all they did was try and try. I know Emil Smith-Rowe got a goal, but they showed work rate, and that's it, really. Like, there was a few good tackles from El Neni and a few good track backs from Emil Smith-Rowe. But all we want to see as Arsenal fans, I mean, all I want to see as Arsenal fans is people playing for the badge, man.
Just before we go in, Saeed with a donation. Big up to you, mate.
Big up, Saeed.
Up, Saeed. Thank you so much. As you know, all these super chats, why obviously with the YouTube taking their part in it. 80 all the money raised, 80% of it will, or 80 and 90%, whenever we work out how much is going to go, it will all go that much will go to the charity, and then some will go to the upkeep of the channel. But yes, thank you very much. And he says, big up, Stephen. It's not much, but you're such a great guy and love your content, and congratulations again. And Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.
I
man.
don't know. Was it? Do you know what anyone knows? Do you know what
Yeah,
that means?
so their fasting, the fasting period is over, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like been a pretty joyous day, really. I mean, another reason El Nene deserves a round of applause for the work.
Yeah.
He's been working harder than every other player, and he's been fasting. So
Yeah,
again,
absolutely. So,
yeah.
do you know what I'd love? Do you know what I'd love to do is I'd love one day if we could do actually a stream where you can explain that. So I'd love to learn more.
It's
in
good.
the
I
benefit
think
of our
streams like that
viewers.
are good as well, man. Like it's good to just in general, not even as a football fan, but like just sort of. I don't know all that much about it, but it's mostly through
Because I
footballers
remember
actually.
one time where someone said when they said Allah Akbar, it means God is love, but obviously because of the misinterpretations of what we've heard
like the
before,
God is great. Yeah, it's been stereotyped to something horrific.
Yeah, because obviously, and I took that in the wrong way, for example. But when you actually look
I
back
think
and
on
look
the
at
internet,
it,
mate,
was like,
you could be forgiven. I think you could be forgiven for
no.
you
Plus,
never
what
quite know what
obviously has
people are
been
meaning.
happened before, and
Yeah.
was,
But yeah, man, it's good to.
Anyway, you do deserve one of these, though.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Yeah, 100% would love that, definitely. So, yeah, we're gonna get to the play ratings, and then we're gonna let other people come on and have their say for a little minute. So, I'm gonna load up the play ratings. Where are they?
I saw a comment a moment ago as well about Aubameyang, about him.
Oh yeah, I almost
coming
forgot
off.
to bring that up.
Just before you do the play ratings, like I watched. I mean, him coming off.
Did you see?
Yeah, it was static.
Aubameyang's, static. Do you see Aubameyang's reaction when he was substituted and after he was sitting down? He's clearly had enough of Arteta. He barely talked to him when he was substituted. I wouldn't be surprised, mate. He's just gone and won him an FA Cup, right? And then he's been treated. I mean, all right, some of his performances you could. Even I've gone during the season and gone. Nah, I'm sorry, I've had enough of you now. Right, you've had so many chances, and yet there's players that are playing better than you, right? And you've not been stepping up as a captain. So even I got to a point I was had enough of him.
I back Arteta on this move. I know Static's just bringing up the point. He's not. I don't think he's trying to. I back Arteta on that substitution. Aubameyang one. I mean, yeah. Let's be real. He did get the assist, but the assist was the situation was created by the team, and he did make a good decision to pass, and I'll definitely give him that. But given that was gifted to us, you can maybe say like I don't know. Fair play to him, but 100% he did zero in that game to get into the game, and this has been all season for me. So when he walked off fuming, I was angry at him because, again, the captain walks off the pitch when you're defending backs against the wall and tells the players to keep their heads to. You see it, I always go to Jordan Henderson, right? Because he is somebody that I don't think is the most technically gifted player in the world, but as a captain, he defends his mistakes. He defends his players' mistakes. He takes the blame. He's not afraid to say when he's wrong, and he gets subbed quite a lot. And when he does, he hands the armband over with pride. He's a captain. There was nothing about the way Aubameyang walked off yesterday that was captain. It was all, I'm pissed off that you've taken me off. It was like Alexis Sanchez, like just pissed off. But actually, no, it wasn't, because Alexis Sanchez just wanted to play. Aubameyang didn't. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But I'm on Arteta's side against Aubameyang. Honestly, I'm sick. Aubameyang was unbelievable for us last year, but he has been abysmal even before the terrible things that have happened to him. His family obviously contracted malaria. Like I fully realize that, but I think he's been abysmal. Like he has no right to even to the way he sat and didn't even acknowledge Arteta. Like, and the other players you could see were kind of looking at him, and it's like, he's your most played player and he's your captain. I think he's starting to. I think it's going to become an Ozil. I really do.
Yeah, can I just say something real quick about this captaincy stuff?
Yeah, quickly,
he's not captain material. I think that's the reason why
we know that.
Yeah,
he's not captain material. So for me to just kind of like, it's kind of like one of those things where you have your best player, you just give him the captain's argument because he's the best player. And one thing I've always said about Aubameyang is that because Aubameyang is very limited as a footballer, if he's not scoring goals, he's not doing much for you.
Yeah.
So this whole season, he's scoring goals. What is he really in the team for? I've been saying this for past couple of months. I will play Lacazette.
I was going to say
Number
Lacazette
one,
creates more.
Yeah, even
And
I've said that. Even
his
I've said
chemistry
that.
with Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, and Gabby is so clear to see. Like it's so
Exactly.
much because he's more of a hold-up player,
I've
but
said
he's
that
also
halfway
scored
through the season.
the most important goals for us this season. I mean, Aubameyang had that crown last year, of course, with the FA Cup. He pretty much single-handedly dragged us through that. But Lacazette with the penalties, the goals against Spurs, the goals in the Champions League. Get over yourself, Luke. The Europa League, but he scores big goals and has scored big goals. Even the equaliser against West Ham when we were fighting back. Again, anyway, yeah, I won't go into that, but I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go to play ratings, and we're gonna start with goalkeeper. But Leno, I'll start with him being a goalkeeper myself. Yeah, he had a good game. Made some very good saves. I was gonna give him a 7 because he had a very good game, made very good saves, vital saves.
Big up to Kemu, sup, dude.
Kept us 1-0 up front, in front. Sorry. So yeah, for me, it's a 7. Relentless. I'll give you Rob Holding.
Rob Alden, yeah. All right. Let's see what's. What did he do? When it comes to the defenders, the only defenders I really remember was Mari and Gabriel. So I wasn't really paying attention to Holding, if I'm being honest. But there was times where like there was a lot of space on that side he was on. Like I don't know if I remember it correctly, but
no,
I felt like
he got roasted. He was getting
yeah.
It wasn't every time. There was a couple of 1v1s that he did. I know this is your rating. I'm not going to rate him, but there was 2 things I really liked that he did. There was apart from a few good defensive headers in from corners, which is difficult to tell who clears it when it's not a clear clearance, if that makes sense. But 2 things he did. He did try and hold up whoever came in on that right because whoever was there was getting exposed. And the other thing he did when Saka tried to run the ball out once and it didn't work and it went out for a corner and he picked Saka up and put his arm around him. And I love shit like that because we don't see enough of that at Arsenal. And I don't know how much older than he is. He's not that much older than him. But I know Holding's not captain material in terms of maybe like leading the club as on the pitch, but he's worn the armband. And I tell you what, I did like that. I liked to see that. But I thought he was probably the weaker of the 3, personally.
I think he was. You know, even though I don't know who to really blame for that Havertz chance, whether it was kind of Gabriel or Mari, because you could say Gabriel's pass was a bit, lackluster, if that's the right word, or you can say Mari didn't act, but we're not rating them. So I'm gonna just say I'm gonna give, for what I remember, I'm gonna give him. He kept a clean sheet. He did make some clearances. He did win his aerial duels, if I remember. And yeah, he had it all right. I'll just give him. He was the worst out of the 3, so I have to give him a 5. He was okay. He did his job.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Okay. Luke, I'll give you Gabriel.
He was the best of them all. Every time he gets the ball, he fires up the pitch so fast as well. Something I hadn't quite noticed before, but there were times where he wants to get. He's the only defender that doesn't just want to look left, right, or backwards. He'll go with it. Yeah. So I thought he was the best. So I don't know where you're going to sit Mari in there, but I think he was probably a 7 because he made some really, 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 really vital clearances. He also looks like he's finally coming into his own because before, when he played without Louise next to him, he looked a bit erratic, but I think he's starting to really hold his own. So yeah, I think he was the better of the 3.
If that's I was gonna get.
Okay, can I just say one quick thing about Gabriel? That last clearance that he made, that ended up going off Jorginho. You could just see the frustration on Jorginho's face.
A great moment as well, because he was the one seeking redemption. Right, it was such a good moment.
Played well, man.
Yeah, I was gonna give him Mari a 6.
I think that's fair. I think that's the order they would go in.
Yeah, Tierney. Tierney for Relentless.
I think Tierney was all right yesterday. It wasn't his best game. I wouldn't say it was his best game, but for what he needed to do, he did it. I think he had a couple of duels with what's the skeezer's name? That plays
Rich James down on the right.
Yeah, they were going head to head a bit. Kind of bumping each other. Listen, every time this guy falls, like I grab my Bible. You know what I mean? I
Don't,
know he's
man.
made of,
Don't.
Yeah.
I know he's made out of glass and that, but fuck it. But I nearly had like 3 heart attacks at once when this guy goes down, bro. I'm telling you, he scares me. But I'm not gonna say he was bang average, but if there was something between, I'm gonna give him good because he I think he done well defensively. He made a good clearance like in the second half that could have easily. I think it would have fell to one of the attackers. He cleared the ball. He defended well. Didn't really do much offensively, but who did anything offensively? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give him a 7. I think he was good yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Who's next?
We started with Saka, right? Really, didn't we?
Yeah, I was going to go midfield.
Oh yeah, you can go midfield. I mean,
yeah, go midfield.
Emil Smith. Okay, yeah. Do you want me to take Partey?
Yeah, go on.
I thought, apart from the worst dive I've ever seen in an Arsenal shirt, I think he was tired. You could tell. But hey, actually, talking of him being tired, I thought he looked pretty physically fit throughout the whole game. He ran. He was. That was like 90. Yeah, he was 89th minute. I think he was exceptional there. He couldn't. I don't think he ever really got to do that forward passing part of his game. But to be fair, because we got the goal, we were given the goal so quickly.
Man of match.
I think he was in contention for it. There was one turn that he did where he received the ball from Leno and he span between 2 Chelsea players, and it didn't really go anywhere. But I was like, that's what El Neni can't do. I'd give him an 8.
Okay. El Neni.
You want to take him?
Yeah, I'll go take him. I was going to say, if that's
be kind, Steven. Be kind. I can see him. Look, he's like going over the 3s and 4s real slowly.
Messi's lucky he didn't score yesterday, but Messi is lucky he didn't score yesterday.
I forgot my policy. I'm sorry, Luke, but I have a new policy.
Go on.
Mikel stays in the sackable level.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. He needs to. He's staying there until he goes.
All right. If I can convince you otherwise, I don't think I can. It's up to him.
It's up to him. I may consider it.
Yeah. The only person that can convince us of Mikel Arteta is Mikel Arteta. So that's true. It's true now. Can't say anything.
Let's just say we do have a defense lawyer for him, but he's not here.
Yeah. Is that Natish?
Yeah, I think that is now.
His defense attorney. I call him his defense attorney.
I love Natish being around.
Marley or Jesus, I used to call him. But because he has Jesus' head. But,
that's his defense attorney, bro.
Yeah, he speak like I have this when I'm talking to just you guys. I do have this maybe more real side. But then when Natish comes in, I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I'm with him. I fucking love Arsenal. Arteta in. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna give him a 6 actually, because if he did all right, he won't. Because he gets.
Got to get a 7. Yeah, come on.
The work rate's there. Yeah. It's just, he was complimenting Partey's game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think Relentless said that pretty well earlier.
Relentless. Who's next? Trying to think. Saka, innit?
Yeah, Saka. Yeah.
Yeah, Saka. Relentless. This guy.
Yeah, what's happened to Saka? I can't lie. I don't know what's happened to him.
He's burnt out, mate. He's finished.
Bro. You need to do a bit of a break. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like I'm not gonna say he's gonna be a Wobie, but he's not gonna be a Wobie. Trust me. But
no.
Not yet. But I'm just saying, you know how like a Wobie got burnt out because he kept playing too much.
Yeah.
And kind of Guendouzi. I think he needs a rest. Yesterday, I don't know. Did he do it? Did he do anything like crazy yesterday? I don't
think he did anything crazy. I just think it was okay. He just wasn't.
Yeah, I don't really remember him really doing anything. But yet again, he probably tried, but I don't really remember him doing anything. I'll just put him in okay, bro. He didn't do anything. I remember.
Oh God, this is why I forget that you're front three now.
We had Emil Smith-Rowe.
Smith-Rowe, yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea boy, yeah. He was at Chelsea as a
yeah. He was asked about that after, and he was very professional about that, given his age. But mate, he was the man of the match for me. I'd give him a 9. I'll be really honest. He got the goal, which let's forget about the finish. It went in. He scored the only goal of the game. Him and Reece James
deliberately tried to miss that.
Yeah, him and Reece James. Saying that, if he hits it true, there are like I think Silva and Jorginho were almost back on the line. So I don't know. He kind of had to put it in the corner. It just didn't look that.
It's like he kicked the ground or something like that. No, imagine if he missed that. Jesus Christ.
Him and Reece James. There was a moment. I think it was the beginning of second half. Reece James took him out, and he didn't pick him back up. And I was thinking, like, okay, there's that. You know, this is a bit of a rival game because English players kicking each other around. Played in similar-ish levels. I think Reece James is a bit older. Anyway, Emile Smith-Rowe was on his case after that. I remember him putting in one slide tackle where he tracked back, like completely took him out on the sideline to get a bit of revenge. Not only that, but like 88th minute, he was storming out to whoever was on the right-hand side. I just thought that guy was unreal. He epitomizes everything I want about Arsenal in the future. So yeah, he was my man of the match. 9 for me.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna move on to Aubameyang. And you know what? He needs to learn his lesson now. I'm sorry.
One thing I will say about Aubameyang. Before you put him in poor, yeah. I mean, you already have, but let me just say something.
Yeah, I'm sorry because of his attitude.
Yeah, apart from the attitude thing, yeah. There's no service for him, but I'm one of his harshest critics here. Trust me, I don't really rate him as a footballer. Yeah, even though he's a very good goal scorer, I don't rate him as a footballer as a whole. But there was times where he did come deep and try to, help out the defense a bit. He was working hard, but for that, I might bump him up to like okay. Because he did try, and there's times where I watch Aubameyang, he doesn't try enough. He's just kind of waiting for the ball to just fall to his feet, so you just can just kick it into the net. But for me, I don't think he was that terrible yesterday. But I do kind of understand why he put him in full, because the way he did act. I mean, as long as he didn't, do what Dele Alli did and kick the flipping, what Dele Alli kicked like the chair and something like. But at least he, I mean, it's a part of football. You know what I mean? I mean, he's not a robot. I mean, he's going to show emotion. They're still humans after all. But I do agree with you guys that maybe he should have handled it in a different way. Maybe he should have walked into the, I believe if a player's upset, you should walk into the, the changing room or the dressing room and just kind of.
When you're the captain as well, when you've got the armband on, like it's more insulting to me to just walk off and not even acknowledge your team and be like, boys, you've got 20 more minutes. Keep going.
I think our captain should be like Lacazette, if I'm being honest.
I don't even know. I don't even know who our captain should be. I think Tierney has the right attitude, but he's not fit enough to play every game. But Holding shows a similar attitude, but probably isn't good enough.
That's why I have a backup.
I don't even think there's a captain in there, to be honest. I think fucking bring in somebody that's got the mentality of it, maybe.
Bring in Vieira,
no, that's the thing. That's what we said since we got rid of Vieira. So, Relentless, you've got
Odegaard.
Oh yes. I've been winning Odegaard. Listen, I rate Odegaard as a player, but listen, he disappears in games a lot. That's the one thing I realized. Yeah, it's all nice and good to dribble past a couple players, do with some skills or make a nice pass here and there. But
I don't know about
for me, this guy, he's very, very hot and cold, man. Like he has these little times where he tries to play these little balls around the corner, trying to play these like little through balls. And I think the what's the word I'm looking for? The connection and the chemistry between him and Aubameyang sometimes is a bit off. Like sometimes he plays the ball and like maybe it's not like he overhits it, but it's like they're not really on the same page. And for me, I think he plays better with Lacazette because I think he understands Lacazette a bit more. But based on yesterday, he didn't really do much. Like yes, he came deep a bit, got the ball, try to pass it, little give and goes, but really didn't do much. So for me, didn't really affect the game. I just gave him a 4. He was poor yesterday.
Okay.
Didn't really see him.
Substitutes. Then we're going to move to who came on. Bellerin.
You want me
He
to go Bellerin?
He
Or
came
you
off.
wasn't
I think he
that
did.
much of a
He was
Bellerin
decent, man.
yesterday.
Yeah,
think
I
he
must
did well.
admit he came on, and I was fuming that I actually thought that he was going to move Saka to, because I thought he was coming on because Tierney was injured, because Tierney went down twice, and originally I was like, just move Saka to the left and put what was it? I can't remember. No, yeah, because I thought he was going to bring on. I thought Tierney was going off. Yeah, so I thought maybe I was putting Bellerin on the right and Saka to the left, but Saka ended up going off, and then I was like, is Bellerin the one I want? But Jesus Christ, he actually showed up, and there was a touch that he played in a really nice but the best counter attack we had, where he touched it off to Ødegaard, and he ended up being a pretty naff shot. But I must admit he played quite well for what he came on for, right? So he made a really good nearly broke his leg landing trying to clear a overhead kick. But fair play to him. Yeah, I'd probably give him a 6.
Okay.
Thought he was better than who else? Yeah, okay, yeah. I feel a bit harsh on Rob Holding now.
Yeah. Alexandre Lacazette. We got Say in the background as well.
He didn't have much time, did he?
Arteta has stagnated the growth of Ødegaard. Say, I'll give you Lacazette. Didn't much time though.
Big up to everybody.
Big up, dude. Big up, man.
I'm just going to be here for a very short time, but I said let me come and say hello. I think we, like I said, maybe a 3 or 4. He didn't really have much to do. It's not that he was poor, but when he came in, we weren't attacking. It wasn't like
I don't think
he came in to help with the defense rather than to help with the attack.
But he did his job where he needed to. I don't think he really.
Maybe a 5 would be. I think given these ratings, like whatever would be like the standard kind of came on and didn't really do anything.
What's your standard for just coming on from the bench?
5.
So 5. Fair enough.
Okay, and then there was Callum Chambers.
Wait, did we already give Arteta a rating? I thought we waited until Arteta.
Yeah,
Steve will not move him from the Mikel Arteta shit sackable level. So just it's there by
arguing
default.
on this one.
He's not even in the squad at
you
the bottom.
You can try and argue it's not moving. So
come on, man! He just beat Chelsea 1-0
at
the Bridge.
Well, happened to the last 36 games.
Yeah, but this is one game. You're not rating him on. You're not rating him on the season. You're rating him on.
We're rating him on this game. What happened yesterday?
Come on. Give him a 1. Give him a 1.
Yeah, but he won at Stamford
Trash still means sackable, so I'll
he won
trash.
I give him 7. I give him 7.
First time since 2004 we got double over them.
So for the first time I've moved him out to sackable level and put him in trash then.
That's a huge statement. If Nitish was here, Nitish is going to be loving this. I can't wait.
I'm going to call Nitish. I'm going to call his defense attorney right now, bro.
I don't know how much he's getting paid by.
No, do you know what? Luke's going to be on a mission now. He's going to if he gets another win, see if I can get Steve.
He's going to. I reckon.
4, and then up to
3. Got 3 more games. 4. Yeah.
Let's see how I can get it.
I mean, the only thing I can say is that he shouldn't have played Saka. He needs to start resting this guy.
Yeah. Hang on, can we just quickly do Chambers first before we go on?
Yeah.
Should we just put him at bang average and that'll be done with it? Oh, there you go.
I mean,
I know it was bang average. There you go.
He didn't really do much, but again, he came on and I like him. He tries.
There you go. We're done. That's good. I'll also open the lines up as well, so if anyone does want to come on, they can do. But you were saying, go on. Yeah, and also show everyone's new kits as well. Some new kits have been leaked as well. So I might add Joel quickly. Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, go.
Go on.
All right. For me, he needs to start resting Bukayo Saka. Otherwise, what's gonna happen is this youth is gonna get injured. He's already burned out. There was no point to play him. He could have played Pepe. He could have played William. He could have even played Chambers or Bellerin or Cedric. We have so many alternative players who could play in that position. I don't understand why you keep risking Saka. He's 19 years old.
Mm.
Last year was his first senior football season. Before that, he had just played youth football. So we can't do the same mistake as we've done with, as someone mentioned before, Iwobi or Jack Wilshere or Cesc Fabregas. There's a reason why players like Fabregas and Rooney, why they couldn't keep their level up to 35, 36, 37, because they were overplayed when they were youths. And there's a reason why we couldn't get the best out of Jack Wilshere, because he was overplayed. And I don't want us to do that with Saka.
You make a good point again about this game, to be fair, because it was a defensive lineup, in my opinion. He's put 3 centre-backs on. And therefore, I'm not sure why Saka needs to be the one on the right, because I think Saka is, well, there's no one saying Saka's a better defensive player than he is attacking. He's an exciting player that loves to get forward, but I agree, he was shattered yesterday. Couldn't really, again, I don't really know what he was expected to do, because he was always going to be defending. So I don't really know what we expect of someone at his age. Like, I agree, he should have been rested for me and played any of the fucking other players we had on the bench.
100%. And it just, okay, I'm glad that we won. I'm not taking anything from the manager, even though we were a bit lucky, but I'm glad that we won. It's always great to beat Chelsea. But we have to look at the bigger picture. There's the Euros this summer. I'm quite
10
sure
minutes, guys, and
Saka
then
will
we'll have
be
to wrap
in
it
that
up.
squad. So if we overplay him now, and then he goes to the Euros, and then the season starts again, when are we going to rest him? Surely resting him now makes more sense.
Yeah. Mike,
we don't have anything to win in the league. I mean, it's just the honest. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, Mike, go on. Give you a say, because I've got about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna jump off because I've got dinner and stuff. I'll get prepared for this evening. Go on. Have you go.
I can't banter you. Arteta's at the wheel, people. I can't banter you.
No. That's banter. Get out of it.
That is bantering.
Get out of it. Troll. Troll alert.
Oh, come on.
No. In all seriousness, I can't be serious now after that. I'm still laughing. But I mean, what does have to happen for you to be Arteta in, or not Arteta in, or just in the stage of giving him time? West Brom, poor team. Chelsea were poor in the final third yesterday. If you win the next 2 games comfortably, will you be in the sort of area of give him till the summer, see what players he brings in? If by December time, it's not going well, it's going the same as it is now, then would you sack him, or is it just got to get rid of him now?
For me, it's done.
For me to be Arteta in.
Sorry, can I? For me, for me, I can't tell what he sees as a good player or what is a crap player when he's keeping the likes of Holding, Louise, Xhaka, Bellerin. Right? I can't. And he says he's quite happy to keep these players and give them new contracts. So part of me thinks that I can't guarantee he knows what he can establish as a good or bad player. So
Just coming home from work.
All right, I got Saeed coming. Saeed, go on with your point, and then let Nippon have his say.
I was going to say very shortly before I have to go.
Yeah.
For me to be Mikel Arteta,
whoa,
you to get back, go and manage 2-3 teams, do well there, and then we can employ him again. But other than that, I look at, since he's been Arsenal manager, I cannot still tell you what style of football Mikel Arteta wants to play. I cannot tell you what his best 11 is. I cannot tell you what kind of tactics he likes or what kind of player he likes. Because usually you have managers who like maybe skillful players, or they like hardworking players, or they like athletic players, or players that can dribble. But I can't see it with Mikel, because one day Bellerin is the flavor of the month, then it's Cedric, then it's Chambers, You look at defenders. Sometimes it's Holding, sometimes it's Marie, sometimes it's Louise, sometimes it's Gabriel. There's no consistency in what he does. El Neni and Partey plays well, and then all of a sudden we don't see El Neni for 2 months. It's like I don't understand what he wants to do as a manager, and because I can't see it, the players can't see it. That's why we're so inconsistent. He's not matured enough to be Arsenal manager. He probably got some good coaching skills, but does he have the manager skills? Can he get a full squad to listen to him? Can he get a full squad to play whatever he wants to play? I don't see. Maybe he needs to go and manage a team at a lower level and find out what he wants to do, and then try and go and get a Premier League team. But he's not ready, and the league is not going to wait for him. Every team this summer is going to be better next year.
Right.
I mean, Liverpool is going to be better. Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool are going to come back next year.
Now Nipon's in the car. Can we do lots of this every time he turns? Can we all sway?
Yeah. Nipon, go on. Have you got to say before we wrap this up?
I took it out, yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm not too bothered about this loss. You guys were clinical. We just didn't take our chances.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
That's pretty much right. I agree.
And I'm much more worried. I'm much more focused on Saturday when we play Leicester in the FA Cup.
And City in the Champions League.
Yeah, I'm much more focused on those games.
Yeah, definitely. That's where your season lies now. So I'm not surprised. But obviously, for me, though, for being a derby, I'd say there's a little bit riding on it. But yeah. Yeah, but anyway, we're going to have to leave it there as it is, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
But thanks for everyone that's tuned in as usual. Do smash the like button. Do hit the subscribe button if you are new. Thanks to everyone that's contributed. And we will be back this evening with the watch along between Liverpool
United
as well.
Stay safe.
Let's put the Scousers in the Europa League. Come on, the Reds.
Okay. Everyone, stay safe, stay well. We'll be back. Yeah.
Tuchel out.
Bye.